Welcome back. This is the third in our series of scraping and analyzing Twitter data. We are going to continue working with our two databases, or our data frames that contain Twitter data. The first one is the list of the last 50 tweets from the track director, and the second one is the last 50 tweets that contain the word star realm somewhere in there. Now I do have to back up just a little bit and inform you that I found out that if you ask the API for the last 50 tweets, but you do not include the retweets, it just throws away the retweets, which truncates your data set. So what we ended up with was 13 actual tweets from the track director. We're going to be using two packages for this video. We're going to use the dplyr package and the tidyr package. These are handy data wrangling packages that can be used at any time. Now, when I started working with Twitter data, I started asking myself, what kind of valuable information can I pull out of Twitter data? And I thought it would be really important to look at just kind of the influence of people that were on Twitter, and how would you gauge influence? I thought, well, how many times do they tweet a day, or how many followers do they have, or how many times do they get retweeted? So I'm going to show you how to pull out that information from the tweets. So the first thing I was interested in was, how many times does the track director tweet on a daily basis? So we can take a look at that. This is using pipes and the dplyr package to summarize the count of tweets by day. So now keep in mind again, there are not 50 tweets here, there's only 13, and there are days that are missing. That's because those are days that your track director did not tweet. On average, on the days that she tweets, that she makes her own tweets, these are not retweeted, she tweets about 1.2 times a day. What about on a weekly basis? Which could be actually more cogent to the conversation because we're missing those days. On a weekly basis, she tweets about 3.25 times a day, or on a week. So what can also be interesting is how many times people take her tweets and forward it. They say, well, this is interesting information. I think that this would be good for someone else too. So let's take a look at her retweet count. Well, of those last 13 tweets that are specific to the track director, she has no retweets. So what we might want to do is include the retweets in the Twitter scrape and see how many retweets she has when we include tweets that were also retweets. So let's take a look. So we download. It's still very quick because we're only downloading 50 values, and we notice this time we do have retweets all over the place. 50 retweets here, 652, and on average she gets about 42.44 retweets from things that she also retweeted about. Okay, what about the people that follow the track director? How many followers does she have? What kind of things are those people interested in? Well, what we can do is, if we use the get username command, now I know all that is storing the track director in the get username, but now with that we can use the get followers count command, which gives us 337 followers for the track director. What if we want to look into one or two of those IDs? Well, we use the get followers ID command. Notice that this returns a numerical code that's associated with the Twitter account, as opposed to returning an actual username, but we can get that username. The first username in the entire list of track director followers is Mike Donard. Mike Donard is a follower of the track director. We could delve into the tweets that Mike Donard tweeted, but we're going to leave it there. So what about the stuff about star realms? Well, I was thinking, what if we want to know how popular a topic is, how much it gets tweeted with? So let's take a look at that data frame. Say, okay, well, we take a look and we notice that it gets tweeted about on a daily basis. So there are definitely plenty of tweets all about star realms. So sorry about that, I had a small error fixed, and we notice we still have plenty of tweets in the last 25 tweets, something with star realms on pretty much a daily basis. Well, how many times per day is Star Realms tweeted about? We do the same commands that we had above for the track directors, and we find out about 5 times a day Star Realms gets tweeted about. That might be significant, but we don't know. So let's compare it to something that's probably a little more popular. So I decided to scrape Twitter data for General Nicholson. General Nicholson is the chief of mission in Afghanistan. Let's see how many times he pops up on a daily basis. I also scraped 200 days. Notice how only 181 returned, because in the last 200 days there was only 181 retweets with his name in it. And on a daily basis, there are an average of 18.1. So our conclusion is that General Nicholson is more popular than the card game Star Realms. The next video, I'll show you how to visualize some of the results from this and visualize some of the key topics and the words in the Twitter data.